was moving like a dog.
We are headed to the convention center to go pick up our badge. It's hot, but it feels good. Like, it's not too crazy. So it's about a 20-minute walk for me from my hotel. I'm excited. I really am excited. Not gonna lie, y'all, it's hot as hell outside. But it's not, like I said, like, it feels good. It's just a dry heat. Like, ever since I landed, my nose been dry, my eyes been dry. But like outside of that, like, it's been feel good weather for real.
So I'm literally just about to
inside of there.
Okay.
That's our program guide.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, y'all, so we have picked up our badge. It's a little cute, small and quaint. It's decent, it's decent. We also have our, I believe this is the reference guides for like all the villages and everything. Yeah, that's supposed to be in here. That's what's in here. And then we have some stickers. And a backpack. Honestly, y'all, I kind of am a little overstimulated. I won't even lie to y'all. Just because, like, there's so many people in here. I don't know where I'm going, what I'm doing. And by it just being my first actual conference, it's just a lot of people all over the place. And I kind of feel like I don't belong. I'll be honest with you, like, I feel like I don't belong for a number of reasons. But I think that's a lot of things for a lot of people. Like, impersonation syndrome is big for a lot of people. So just to be able to acknowledge that and be aware of that, kind of just pushing through it. Like, mingling with people, networking with people, that's what it's about, y'all. So, like, I don't know anybody in here, honestly, except for, like, the people I know on Discord. So that's what this is about. Meeting new people, mingling, learning new things, and just keep it pushing. It's hot, so I kind of am still trying to cool off and stop sweating. But for the most part, that's pretty much it. Everybody just picking up badges right now, so it's not too much going on. I wanted to get a little bit out the crowd because I just didn't want to have anybody in the background that didn't want to be in the background. But that's pretty much it for now. I'll probably continue walking around, grabbing some stickers, try to see if I can meet up with some people that I know. Some of my coworkers actually as well. I think they went over to Black Hat at Mandela Bay right now. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's day one, but it's not really too much going on. Just badge pickup, mingling, meetups, and stuff like that. So I'll catch y'all later. I'm just chilling out right now. Like, this is during the vibe, during the scenery, trying to calm my anxiety down because it's at an all-time high right now. I don't like being in a room with a lot of people at all, but I wanted to be here, and I knew what I was locking myself into, and that comes with being around a lot of people and networking. So I'm just about to walk around here for a little bit, see what the village is at, and keep pushing.
What's up?
Tell me you watch your channel.
Yeah, watched it in on the flight over, first time at Defcon. Wasn't sure how to prepare. She got me set up.
Well, this is my first time too.
Hey,
So.
you got me set up for my first time.
Awesome.
Awesome,
Well,
thank you. I appreciate
nice
it.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Have a good time.
You too.
How you doing? The Resorts World.
You have a ticket?
No. Hello.
Hello. How are we doing today?
Hot. How are you?
Nice and cool in here. Where are we headed?
Just Resorts World.
All right. Seatbelt, please.
Yes, sir. Ready? Game over. We decided to go to the casino. Played $20. Lost the money. Then went back. And won $1. I got 65 cents. Well, technically, I won $10 first. That was gone. Yeah, at the end. This one right here. And then came back and lost our money. I spoke too soon. We ended up winning $10 right after I stopped recording. Touch stuff, like Candy Crush. That is really what we're gonna do it on. How much you want? 36? So I'm just kind of walking around trying to see where everything is. I'm currently looking for the IoT village to see network check and John Hammond talk. But if that is full, I'm gonna probably go to the lockpicking village. So hopefully I have some luck here.
Yeah. Hey, 8-hour flight, we just landed in Sorrento. Came a long way from smoking Nicks and rockin' Echo. Sprinted to the telly, copped a room, make sure it's penthouse. 30 floors up, could see the world from out this window. Nikki threw the ball about 30 yards and never intos. Juke/tween, dropping buckets like a sicko. Let's go. Hey, she got wet right off the intro. Wait until she hear the end goals. But for now, just put your hands on your ankles. Hold up, I'm in the south, getting high, smoking endo. Sipping Aperol and Prosecco. We don't got no itinerary, just go wherever the jet go. Gaming in a chokehold, cause coming up, I was always cutthroat. Give my respect with the utmost and save your little dumb jokes. Live this life by a code and we die for what we love most. Every verse I let the blood soak. Every verse I let the blood soak. Yeah. Yeah, 2 words locked in, high speed, Mach 6. They flock when I pop, shoot your style, try to jock his.
Okay, y'all, I needed to come take me a little 1-2 break away from the crowd, just because like I'm really getting anxious. A lot of people and just imposter syndrome. My game just like hit me. But I'll show y'all some of the few things that I actually was able to pick up. So I stopped at the keyboard vendor. And I got me the Pivot 2.0 along with the locker tool So this is like a multi-tool for everyday use. And then I also got the Nebba knife to go with it on the actual cord. So this is like gonna be like an everyday knife, small knife that's pretty good for whatever I want to use it for. Then I stopped at the lock picking area. Oh, and one more thing, I also got a keyboard. It's like a little flashlight. It has 3 different settings on it. And then I stopped at the lock picking table in the vendor section, and I got me the basic standard key picks. I forgot just that fast what it was called, but this is basically a set that you'll use when practicing your lock picks. And I also got me a couple of locks to practice on. The guy said this was pretty much like the basic set for beginners. I think it's called the basic progression set. So each one you start with 1 lock and you go up to 4. So this is the basic 4. So this, I'm assuming, has 4 nods, and the higher you go up, the harder it gets. But you basically can start with basic 1. So if I just want to start with 1, I can start with 1. And this one is pretty easy, and the higher up the number goes, the harder it gets. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I just need to come take me a little 1-2 break, y'all, just because like I'm getting a little overstimulated. But outside of that, it's going well. It's a really nice conference, big conference, and a lot of stuff going on at one time. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna chill out for a minute. I actually have a video I'm about to upload for y'all, so I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna get back to it.
Leave my head just like cotton. Me and you got nothing cotton. I took out just like a cotton. Me and my nigga, yeah, we be standing. Blue Bugatti, look like Sunny. SIT, you can hear the big cut. SIT, you can hear the big cut. All of my niggas, they hard as me. All of my niggas, they weak.
I have like my way out.
I'm in that beach, yeah. She call me a beast, yeah.
What's poppin', Jay? How y'all feeling? It is exactly a week after Defcon, like exactly. Today would have been day 1 a week ago, and I've been having some time to think just to see like how I really truly feel about it. What's my thoughts, what I like, what I didn't like, and we doing a reflection on it. So, all in all, like I really enjoyed the conference 100%. It was a bit overwhelming for me just because like it was so much stuff to do, so many villages, so many vendors, so many talks going on at the same time. From a person that gets a little bit overstimulated with too much going on, that was kind of like the top thing for me. That was just like, but when you realize like where you at, it's one of the biggest conferences in the cybersecurity space. I kind of just had to sit with it and come to terms with it. Like, you know, it is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. And I kind of just had to push through it. What I would say is Vegas is hot as shit. Like, I've been before, probably like post-COVID, around that same time, but I don't remember it being that hot. But like Vegas was very, very hot. Like, so hot. And just off the bat, like my experience in total, I give it like an 8 out of 10. If I had to rate it on a scale from 1 to 10, I say 8 out of 10. And the number one reason I say 8 out of 10 is just because like as a newcomer, like I'm speaking from a first time experience, I personally didn't know about the badge situation. So every year they alternate between digital badges and like normal badges. I didn't know that. So I was coming there expecting this cool badge because last year they had like a Game Boy badge with a keyboard and all of that. And I was like, okay, I'm looking forward to this year's badge. And this year's badge, honestly, I can say this is how it ended up turning. A lot of people were saying like their badge was falling apart. Mine honestly didn't fall apart until like the last day. And it was just like, you can keep tightening the screws on it, but it just wasn't staying. And I saw a lot of people like complaining about the badge situation. In my opinion, like it wasn't that bad only because my badge didn't break until the last day. But just because I was going in expecting, a digital badge, and that's just on me because I was not familiar with their badge process. Something else I did see a lot of people complaining about is the goons. Not even just this year, but like previous years as well. I didn't even know what the goons were until like I started talking to people and really just like seeing the badges. I saw people with goons. I even passed up the sign, goons into here. That goes to show you I didn't know what a goon was. But a lot of people had some complaints about like how the goons treated people. And I'm assuming the goons are like supposed to intimidate you or something like that. I'm not really sure. But I know that just from like what I've seen, goons are kind of like the volunteers that help out with Defcon, pretty much help with crowd control and stuff like that. If you have questions, things of that nature, like those, to my understanding, that's what the goons are there for. But some people were like saying really ugly things like that the goons were doing to them, treating them really bad. There was even a situation with like a goon and a person that uses a wheelchair. They took their wheelchair, like it was crazy. And to like hear things like that, it's not cool at all. But I didn't really have any experience with any goons, bad or good. The only thing I saw goons do was like tell a line for Social Engineering Village to make sure you stay within the tape, get closer, so the line is not as long. But like outside of that, I didn't physically see anything myself. So I can't really speak on that experience from my experience. But I do eventually want to do a Q&A on Defcon. So if y'all have any questions for me, make sure y'all drop them in the chat and I answer those for y'all in a different video. Another reason why I would say I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 is just because like I felt like stuff was scattered all over the place. Like the Social Engineering Village was a long, very long line to get into. And if I wanted to, go to another village, I had to wait in this long line to get in this village. And then if I wanted to go somewhere else, I had to go down the escalator and then walk a little longer to get to a whole total different village. That's probably the only two things I would say was a con for me, like just having to walk all over the world to get to another village. Some talks and contests were going on at the same time. That was pretty much it as far as like my things that I would say as a con. But overall, like my experience was really good. I got to meet some of my Discord friends. I also got to meet some of the Reddit team from the Defcon Reddit subreddit group, which is cool. I got to meet them at a party that the 2 days before the conference started. So that was pretty dope. And just like being in an atmosphere full of like-minded people. And honestly, like these are probably some of the nicest people I have ever encountered. Like you think you're going to a hacking conference and, everybody going to kind of be standoffish. But I honestly say like every encounter from a person that I didn't know was honestly very, very nice. Like the hacking community is a really good group of nice people, honestly. And that was kind of heartwarming for me, like to know that there are nice people in this field outside of like, what you may see on your day-to-day and work or whatever the case may be on the internet, whatever, like in person, like these are some real nice people. Of course people could put on an act, but like from my experience, like it was some really nice people. My favorite village out the whole conference, honestly, was the Social Engineering Village. Like to be able to see these vision competitions going on live in person, like to see the mistakes, to see people actually come up with things on the spot. Like that's real world. And to like see like the bot competition, like to be able to see a human being act like a robot. That is what I was saying. That was like mind-boggling to me. I'm like, oh, okay, that's dope. And this girl or lady that I follow on LinkedIn, like she was actually in that competition. So it was pretty dope, like to just see that like this particular competition you hear about, but to like see it in person for me was like a different breed for real. So to be able to experience that, that would probably be like my top village as far as if I was to go back where I would want to go at again. Another village was the lock picking village and the aerospace village. Those would be my next two. Those were really nice. Like I was able to pick a lock, just kind of understanding how locks work, understand how the picks work to be able to unlock these locks. That was pretty dope. And in cooperation with the lock picking village, the physical security village was also nice. Like they had these doors, like fake doors with locks, and you had to be able to like plow the door open. That was pretty cool too. Like a lot of people was like trying a lot of things. The only thing that was kind of a bummer for me was we couldn't record. Like there's a photography policy, so you are not able to record if somebody's face or picture is in your video or a picture. And for me, like because my intent was to vlog on this actual trip, by day 2 I was just like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it without literally blurring out every single thing. And I just felt like at that point it wasn't worth it. So I just allowed myself to enjoy the experience without the camera. But like that was a bummer for me just because like I wanted to be able to capture everything how I wanted to capture it. But that's just me personally. So like that was the bummer part because I wanted to like get demos, you know, get certain things. But because some people might have been in the shot or in the picture or whatever, I just was like, I'll let that be, and it is what it is. Although that was a bummer, I will give the Defcon organizations props on top of props just for respecting people's privacy. Like neurodivergent people that kind of don't like to be all over the place and kind of like to mask themselves, like they made it a safe space for everyone. They had chill spots for like if you needed to chill and you got a little bit overstimulated. I think they were a little bit too packed. So like as y'all saw, I was sitting on the floor just because some of those rooms were actually packed as well. But I thought that was really cool. They also had music playing in these spaces as well to allow people to calm down. And they also had a Lonely Hackers Club room just for allow people to kind of meet up with each other if they came to the conference by themselves. So that was really like appreciated. I would say also like they make it a free for all, like beginner all. You don't even have to know anything about cybersecurity, but you are welcome. And there were people there that was willing to help you and teach you throughout your whole time, which I felt was really great. They also had stickers on top of stickers on top of stickers. So like if you into stickers, there was plenty of you for you to grab or swap or whatever the case may be. There's a whole sticker board, which was pretty dope. And another thing that I really, truly, truly loved is like people was just genuinely, truly themselves. Like they was walking around with how they wanted to dress, looked how they wanted to look. Like that was something I feel like in this community and in this field, you can literally show up and be who you are, truly yourself without judgment. So that was really like probably the best part to me that I was able to see and just appreciate the most. The Aerospace Village badge was so fire, y'all. Like it was so fire, but they had ended up selling out. So, and it was also cash only for that badge. So by the time I was able to get back to it the next day, they had sold out again. So I'm just like, oh well. I don't know if they sell it online or not on their actual page. I have to check. But that was probably the best badge I saw the whole conference. It also was nice, like I got to meet some content creators within the cybersecurity space. I got to meet Cav IT. I can't think of the other guy's name right now, but he also does cybersecurity. I think he may be the IT dad. I can't even think of his name, but I'm gonna find him on YouTube right now. I also saw Network Truck, y'all. Like it was weird. Like I was getting off the car in the Vegas Loop, and I'm walking, you know, trying to get my video, and then I do like a double take, and I'm like, hey, Network Truck. And at that point, I was like, should I get a picture? Should I get him in a video? But like at that point, he was already gone. I didn't want to disturb that man's peace. So I just let him be and just let it be like a wholesome moment. But all in all, I say that to say, I got to meet Network Chuck, yo. Like, he was a very nice dude and very welcoming. You know, he didn't really be standoffish or anything like that. He was a very nice guy. If I had to do this conference all over again, just from it being my first time, I would probably not spend the first day walking the whole conference 3 times, because I did walk the whole conference, all 3 floors 3 times, just because like I was a bit overwhelmed. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I didn't really know what I wanted to go as far as talks, just because some of the talks you had to sign up for, so I wasn't sure if they was gonna let me in some of those talks anyway. But if I had to do it all over again, I would probably spend some time in specific villages for that day. So like 3 or 4 villages, I'm spending my time in here, learning everything I can, getting some hands-on knowledge within it. This particular time, all I did was kind of just walk around, look at what other people were doing, just kind of being observative and kind of taking it in, just because like it was honestly a bit much for me. Like, it was so many people, villages all over, like it was so much to do. But if I had to go again, which I probably will kind of plan it out a little bit more, know where I'm going, talks that I definitely want to see, because some talks are happening at the same time. But at the end of the day, they also are recorded, so they may be on the Defcon channel at some point. So that's just something I could have kept in mind as well. I also would participate in some contests or CTFs for sure. My manager or my supervisor was actually there as well, and he's like into RFDs and ham radio, so he was like walking around with his Bluetooth casing around, and he ended up coming in second in that, and he also came in third, I think, for the war driving contest, which was pretty dope. So I definitely would probably make that a priority next year if I go next year, or anytime I go next. And I also got to learn about mesh radios, mesh-tastic. I think that's how you say it. It's basically an off-grid communication system and device. So like my supervisor, I was hanging with him for a little minute. He had his little setup. So a lot of people was like coming up to him, you know, asking him about his setup or whatever. And this one guy was like, "Hi, I'm Ham 4567. I'm 78967. And I'm just sitting there like, this some real like internet stuff. Like, but it was like so cool to like be able to see it, and just like, you know, when something is so cool to me, like I want to be a part of that. I want to be able to part of that community, because it's just like so wholesome. So that's something I probably would say as well. And then the other thing is just kind of being more out my comfort zone per se. Like, just because I'm a little anxious and I don't like crowds doesn't mean, you know, I can't go get in a crowd and meet new people for real. Like, the only people I met that I didn't know, as far as people that I work with or previous co-workers or people from Discord, was like people sitting next to me. And it was like real friendly, real vibes. And I feel like what I should have just done, looking back on it, was like people I was sitting next to at the lockpicking village, you know, just had a general conversation with them. And I kind of have to not let my anxiety beat me every single time. So that's kind of like my takeaways. And outside of that, like, it was a really good time. Like, I really would go again. Hopefully Vegas is just cooled down a little bit, because it was like 107, 8 degrees at the peak. And I was walking from my hotel to the convention center every day, except that time I took the Vegas loop from the convention center to my hotel. But outside of that, even though it was like a 20-minute walk, it was like a grueling 20-minute walk, just because Vegas heat is so dry. Like, so dry. Like, my nose was bothering me, my eyes was itching me. It was kind of crazy. So that's pretty much my takeaway from it. things I didn't really care for, things that I loved about it, and things that I would do again when I go again. Another thing I would say, if it is your first time going, try not to go so early. I went early the first day because the social engineering village opened at 8:30, but they didn't start letting people in till 10 o'clock. So the line was like all the way to past multiple villages, and I just couldn't get it. So I would say if you do go early one day, try to go a little later in the day the next day. As some people I knew that I was meeting up with didn't even get to the conference on the first day until 2 p.m. And I was there at 8:30. So by 2 o'clock, I'm burnt. I'm tired. I didn't walk the whole convention center 3 times up and down. So all in all, if you're thinking about going to Defcon, I definitely recommend it. But I would say make sure that, you are prepared. It is a little bit pricey in Vegas, I will say. Food, drinks, transportation, hotel. The ticket itself is a bit pricey. So if you do want to go next year, start saving up now just so you're not feeling like you in a loop or in a HUD around that time next year. But that's all for my reflection on Defcon. It was a time, and I will be back next year, hopefully. So if y'all enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so anytime I post a video or a post or a short, y'all are notified. Thank y'all for watching. Y'all know the deal. Keep it easy. Keep it sleazy. Keep hacking, keep learning, and I'll catch y'all at the next one. Peace.